So hello everyone, welcome to GS Core. We are running into the series of current affairs to MCQs and particularly of the subject geography. So here I will be reminding you about the initiative, that is All India Petty Mock Test, which is an OMR based test which is being held at 20 plus cities across India. For registering yourself, you can scan this QR code, and this test is available in English and Hindi medium. For more information, you can visit this website, that is iscore.in. So first question for today, we have River Bogdoi. This river was quite recently in news because of the various reasons. So seen in the news recently, flows through which of the following northeastern states of India? So here we have to see the river basin, basically the basin of this river, that is Bogdoi. So if I want to see the states, first is Assam, second is Meghalaya, third is Nagaland, and fourth is Manipur. I will refer the map for this one. So here we can see this is the state of Nagaland here, and this is the state of Assam. So in this region we can see the river basin of this Bogdoi. It is being present in Assam and in Nagaland. Thus, we can see here the correct statement for the river Bogdoi. It is Assam and Nagaland 1 and 3, that is option A. The river was in news because of various reasons. The first reason was the floods which have occurred in this part. Then second thing is the environmental degradation. The environmental degradation which is occurring in this region. So this is making this river, that is river Bogdoi, in news. Moving forward, the Karman line, which has been in the news recently, what it is referred to. So Karman line, we'll be discussing about it. First, we'll be analyzing the statements. An international boundary which separates Afghanistan from Pakistan. Statement B, an internationally recognized boundary of space which lies around 100 kilometers above the mean sea level. Statement C, an international maritime boundary between Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean. Statement D, the 8-degree channel which separates islands of Minicoy from archipelago of Lakshadweep. So to understand this Karman line, we can see this statement here or this diagram. So in this diagram, what we can analyze, the Karman line, it is present almost here. Okay, sorry, this one is the Karman line. Okay, this is the Karman line, and it is present between the mesosphere and thermosphere of the Earth's atmosphere. It is present roughly at 100 kilometers from the mean sea level. It is present almost roughly between 100 kilometers, and it is present over the mean sea level, that is the part of lithosphere. So here we can see the atmosphere of Earth. If we will go through from the mean sea level or the ground, there is troposphere, then there is presence of tropopause, then there is stratosphere, then there is presence of stratopause, then there is mesosphere, presence of mesopause, then there is thermosphere. Then after that, it is part of the exosphere. So you need to remember about the Karman line, that it is present almost 100 kilometers above the mean sea level, therefore making the statement B as the correct answer. Next question. Consider the following pairs. The volcanoes and the country is being provided here. The pair one is Taal volcano in Philippines, Kilau volcano in Italy, Sangay volcano in Brazil, and Merapi volcano in Indonesia. To understand this question more deeply, I will be looking at the diagrams which are being provided here of these volcanoes or the location of these volcanoes. So first thing about the Taal volcano, it is present in Philippines. It is present in Manila Island. It is present near the Manila. So here we can see the Taal volcano is present here. making the statement 1 as the correct statement, or pair 1 as the correct pair. Then pair 2 we can see it is about the Kigaleo volcano. Kigaleo volcano, we can see it is present in the Hawaii Islands. Hawaii Islands, which is present in the Pacific Ocean. Pacific Ocean, it is present towards the eastern part of the Northern America. So this is the presence of Hawaii Island. Thus we can see the Kilauea Island or Kilauea volcano. It is present in the southern part of this Hawaii Island, thus making the statement 2 or the pair 2 as an incorrect statement. In Italy, we can see there is presence of the Vesuvius volcano. Okay. Now, statement 3, the Sangue volcano in Brazil. Looking at the picture, we can see the Sangue volcano, it is present not in the Brazil, but it is present in Ecuador. Ecuador is one of the countries of Southern America or Latin America. We can say its neighboring countries Colombia and Peru. Thus, this statement also becomes an incorrect statement here. Basically, this Sangai volcano, it becomes a part of the Andes mountain chain. Now, statement 4 is Mirapi volcano. Mirapi volcano, we can see it is present almost here. This is Mount Merapi and this is Merapi volcano present in Indonesia. It is present in the country of Indonesia. Thus, we can see the statement 4 is a correct answer. Recently, we can see there was some activity or the eruption have been seen in the Merapi volcano of Indonesia, and also there were some volcanic eruptions in the part of Tal volcano, which was present in Philippines. Thus, the correct answer for this question is 1 and 4, that is D is the correct answer here. Moving forward, arrange the following seas in Mediterranean region from east to west. The three seas which are provided here, that is Aegean Sea, then Adriatic Sea and Levantine Sea. Levantine, this word was asked by UPSC in previous or last years. Thus, it will be very easy for you to understand that this sea, it is present towards the western part. It is present in the eastern part of the Mediterranean and western part of the Middle East region. Thus, looking at the diagram here, we can see this is the complete Mediterranean Sea region and this is the Central Asian region. This is the Europe region or Southern Europe region. So here we can see the presence of Levantine Sea towards the most eastern part. Then we have the Aegean Sea and third we have the Adriatic Sea. So here the arrangement is being asked from east to west. It has been asked from east to west. Thus we can see in the easternmost part there is Levantine Sea, then in the middle there is Aegean Sea, and we can see towards its western part Adriatic Sea. Thus the correct answer for this question, it becomes 3, 1, 2. Thus C or statement C, it is a correct answer. Now, this region is also in news because of the geopolitical conditions and also because of the climate change. Climate change which is occurring very highly in this region. Now, next question is with reference to the Seabed 2030 project, consider the following statements. Statement 1 is it is a collaborative project between the Nippon Foundation of Japan and the General Bathymetric Chart of the Oceans, that is GEBCO or JEPCO. This statement we will be saying that it is a correct statement here. Statement 2. It aims to bring together all available bathymetric data to produce the definitive map of the world ocean floor by 2030. This is also a correct answer. If we will look at the map, of the world, so we have the presence of oceans in a quite high manner. Okay, so this is the ocean region we can see. I am changing color here. So this is the presence of ocean. Thus, what this GEBCO is trying to do, or JEPCO is trying to do, it is trying to map all the resources which are present in this region. Okay, there is Antarctica present here, leaving that apart. So it is trying to make a bathymetric data. Okay, bathymetric, which is a data which is present in the kind of resources, that is biotic resources, abiotic resources, metallic resources, non-metallic resources, medicinal resources. So this will be mapped throughout the world, and a kind of map, a world map will be of the a world map of the ocean floor will be made by 2030, and this is the aim of the seabed 2030 project. Thus this statement 2 also becomes a correct answer. The JEPCO, it operates under the auspices of International Seabed Authority. If we will look at this statement becomes an incorrect statement because JEPCO, it operates under the joint auspices of International Hydrographic Organization, International Hydrographic Organization, and which is also being collaborated with the Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission. So these two are the international bodies under which the JEPCO is operating currently. Thus we'll be looking at the option A is the correct answer with the statement 1 and 2 as the correct statements. Moving forward, the question is on the limenic eruption which was recently seen in the news. So limenic eruption is a kind of eruption which is taking place over the lakes, which is present over a region under which the magma activity is quite high, or magma is active in this region. We can also call as this region is having quite active volcanic region. Here we can see the presence of lake here. What happens in this region? This magma, when it becomes active or when the pressure here increases, the smoke and the dust particles, the smoke and the magma, it tries to rise up to the vents or the fissures which are provided under this magma. And the gases, they are mixing with the water which is present here in the lake. These gases and this water, it gets combined and it forms a very harmful smog. It forms a very harmful smog which is being quite heavy because of the presence of water vapor, because of water moisture density. It is high and it runs for hundreds of kilometers. It runs from hundreds of kilometers. Thus, analyzing the statements which are asked here, an intermittent discharge of water ejected turbulently and accompanied by steam due to the proximity of magma. This is an incorrect statement. An eruption that occurs when magma hits groundwater or surface water. We can say it is called as the geysers. Then statement C, a phenomena when volcanic activity combined with a deep lake can spew out lethal suffocating gas. Here we can see this criteria has been satisfied here, and this is a correct statement here. An eruption due to decompression of gas within magma that propels it forward. This is not a correct statement. Thus, we can see the statement C is a correct statement here. Now, the lemonic eruption, it is about 1986, but a lemonic eruption in the Cameroon has occurred recently. This is the diagram I was talking about. These are the gases which are moving upward through the fissures or gaps from the magmatic chamber. And here there is an interaction between the lake water and these gases, and it is forming a smog like thing. Okay, it is kind of suffocating and it is affecting the people who are living nearby this region. Okay, so this is the lemonic eruption. Moving towards the next question, we have Nunkun mountain massif is the highest feature of which of the following mountain ranges? Okay, so options are Karakoram range, Ladakh range, Zaskar range and Pir Panjal range. First thing is, what is a massif? What is a massif here? A massif is basically a kind of a landform structure where there is presence of multiple, we can say multiple kind of plateau, or we can also call it as a small hills or mountains, which are consisting or which are being made up of different rock materials. Okay, they are being made up of different rock materials, but they are placed such as they are looked as the series of mountains. They are appeared as series of mountain ranges. One of such massive is present in Nunkun. Okay, it is Nunkun. So here we can see this Nunkun mountain range. It is present in the Zaskar range. Okay, Zaskar range here. So this is the presence of Nunkun. So this is the part of the Zaskar range here. A Nunkun appears like this. Okay, this is the Nun which is present in the left, and this is the Kun. Both of this together, they forms the Nunkun mountain range. Now, this Nun, it is basically present in the Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory, and this Kun, it is present in the part of Ladakh. They are quite widely spaced, but this is the kind of the Nun and Kun. This is basically a massive. The structure of these two rocks, they are quite not very similar, but they are quite different here. Thus, this is called as a massive rock. Now, moving forward, the uranium reserves. Uranium reserves is quite important, which has been a part of news since last year. So, uranium reserves in India are found in the states of, first is Rajasthan, second is Chhattisgarh, third is Maharashtra, and fourth is Himachal Pradesh. If we look at the map, where the recently we can see the finding of the uranium reserves have been seen, it is Rajasthan. Okay, then there is presence in the part of Himachal Pradesh. We can also see that it is also present in Gogi Bhima basin, which is a vent type. It is connecting also with the part of Maharashtra. So here we can see Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Himachal Pradesh, along with the Chhattisgarh region or Chhattisgarh belt. Here the uranium deposits are also being found. Thus we'll be looking at all the statement here are the correct statement, and the correct answer is D, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is all the statements are correct here. So this is the kind of uranium deposits which are found in India, and recently the uranium deposits are also found in Jammu and Kashmir region, which is being assigned by the Geological Institute of India, and it will be mined in the next few years. So here we'll be looking at the consequences will be environmental degradation, the removal of forest, but there will be achievement of the lithium, which is quite important for India right now. Lithium is basically used in the EVs in the form of batteries, and also in the other battery format, which will be rechargeable. It is quite light in weight and it is having a long duration of its lifetime. Moving forward, the next question here we have, recently the hundreds of thousands of people in the Tigray are facing famine and millions more are at risk. The Tigray region is associated to which of the following African country? The options are South Sudan, Eritrea, Kenya, and Ethiopia. Recently, we have seen that a civil war is being going on, and this civil war is being going on under the Ethiopia. In Ethiopia, there has been unrest in the Tigray region. If we will look at the map, this is the Ethiopia. Ethiopia is basically a landlocked country. It is a landlocked country and it is present in the Eastern Africa. It is present in the part of Eastern Africa. So here we can see this is the Tigray region where the civil war is currently being going between the people of this region and the government of Ethiopia. Thus, the statement D is the correct answer here for the Tigray region. Next question is, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is basically about the El Nino and La Nina. We have discussed it quite comprehensively. So question is, El Nino results into high pressure system over Western Pacific and thus causes drought in the Eastern Australia. Okay, if we will consider this as the Pacific question. So this is the Western section and this is Eastern section. In the Western section, we'll be looking at it is quite colder and the Eastern section it is warmer and this region is quite cooler. When the region is cooled, when this region is cooled, there will be lack of moisture. There will be lack of moisture in the air. Because of this lack of moisture, there will be low cloud formation and there will be low rainfall. Thus, the region which is present in the western section, for example, Australia, for example, India and the part of Africa, they will be witnessing the droughts in this region. Thus, El Nino will be saying that this statement is a correct statement. Statement 2, El Nino is the cause for the deficit monsoons in India. See, in this statement, it is quite tricky statement here because it is directly giving the El Nino as the cause and effect relationship to the deficit of monsoons. But in the year of 1997, when there was quite extensive El Nino which has occurred in that year, it has not led to the droughts. It has not led to the deficit monsoon. Thus, we cannot directly interrelate the El Nino with the deficit monsoons. But what we can see here, there is a correlation between monsoon winds and the El Nino conditions. When these two conditions or these two phenomena, they are being corresponding to the conditions which are resulting in the formation of drought in that region. Thus, we can see the drought will occur or the deficit monsoon will occur. But this cause effect relationship is not a direct cause effect relationship, making this statement as an incorrect statement. Statement 3, La Nina conditions have a positive impact on rainfall associated with the northeastern monsoon. If we will look at the conditions, then the La Nina conditions, they do not have positive, but they have negative impact on rainfall associated with the northeast monsoon winds. Why? Because of the high pressure system and the low pressure system which is being forming over the Indian Ocean region. Okay, Indian Ocean region and also towards the part of the Indian mainland. See, here what is happening, Indian mainland is also cooler and there is the cooling of the Indian Ocean region is also not quite very warm. Okay, it is not also quite very warm, because of which there is a kind of a negative impact of the rainfalls which are associated with this region. Thus, this statement also becomes an incorrect statement and the correct answer for this question is A1 only. We can also see this diagram here. This is the La Nina conditions and this is the wet region here. But we can also see that during the La Nina conditions, the north, this is we are talking about the summer monsoon part. This we are talking about the summer monsoon, but during the winter monsoon, the conditions are adversely affected. The conditions here, they are adversely affected. Thus, the statement we can see the question for this part, it is A only is the correct answer. Okay, so we have seen the 10 questions, reminding you about this All India PT mock test. which is basically an OMR based test. And here this is designed to give a real-time feeling of the civil services prelims examination. It is being held in various test centers in schools, which is almost more than 20, numbering to 25. So you can see the nearest city where you are living from and you can register yourself to this particular city. You can scan this QR code for registering yourself. This test is also available in English and Hindi medium. The test will be appearing on the date of 9th April, 30th April and 10th May. Here you can see the cost of this test. It is not very high, but it is quite negligible. Also, you can get more information by visiting through this website, that is iscore.in. You can map your approach, you can map your strategy through achieving or through attempting this test paper. So, thank you very much guys. Take care.